Collective, hey, I'm here to give you another reading. I have finally kind of sort of got everything set up and situated in my new place. Yeah, and I'm kind of sort of, just going through the motions, been working a lot, but I'm just trying to get y'all this message out because I know I've been inconsistent, but I apologize. I'm really, literally relocating right now, like my entire family. Um, and we've been just trying to find our footing. But yeah, enough about me. Collective, the message I have for you, I received prior to coming into your reading is, um, it's the story of the ants and the grasshoppers. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with this story, but in the story of I guess it's a kind of like a metaphorical um, story, kind of. It's about the ants and the grasshoppers. The ants work all summer so that they can live comfortably through the winter, whereas the grasshoppers, they kind of tend to get distracted and go do other things and party and all that, and and they, when the wintertime comes, they're usually starving and they don't have, so they tend to try to lurk around in the ants garden. The ants lurk around what the ants have harvested, for the summer months. And when the wintertime comes, the grasshoppers come and try to steal steal what the ants have worked so hard to build. So from what I'm getting from that story is someone is possibly lurking around your garden, because they lack the vision or the drive to tend to their own garden. Instead, they want to be distracted. They want to party. They want to, do something that they know is not actually building for their, for the long-term harvest. They're only looking at current gain. They're only looking at current, like right now, the what is it, I forgot the word, y'all. Look, I've been working a lot, y'all. It's what is that word? Oh, short-term gratification. That's what they've been living for, short-term gratification, whereas you're looking at the long haul. You're looking at the long game, right? So that's the metaphorical story about what I picked up. Let me get into this energy. What is this we have for the collective? Heartbreak, family feud, status symbol, the audacity, court date, bowling point. At the bottom of the deck, chasing clout. Yep. Like I said, so this boiling point here is literally proving my point about what I was saying in the download that I received for your message about someone, literally, I before I got into this, before I started the video, I heard someone is coveting your harvest. So I'm picking up you as this status symbol. It's almost like you're breaking a generational, I wouldn't say generational curse, but black sheep. That, I get that word. So maybe you were the black sheep of the family, and this kind of, whatever happened recently with you becoming a status symbol and you upgrading your life, and you may not feel this right now. You may not feel this. It may feel as though you had to cut some people out where this cut is in Family Feud. Sometimes blood is thicker than water, and sometimes it's just thicker than the drama. It's just thicker with drama, judgment, and silent grudges, right? So it may have been something that was happening in your family and made you have to cut your family out, which made you this status symbol. Now you're the talk of the town, where this audacity is coming in. People have the audacity to talk about you when they didn't clearly see what you were already going through, or what you were suffering from behind the scenes. Now you got this spotlight on you, and people are trying to get in contact with you, and that's why this chasing clout is at the bottom of the deck. You got the audacity to try to contact me, when judgment has already been served on you. I've already served judgment on you. It would no longer, I was at a boiling point when it came to you because of this. Like, no, I'm not gonna let you back into my life after you didn't try to, after I found out that you didn't try to destroy what I was trying to build. And not only that, but you're chasing clout based off of my name. So let's get into this. Let's get into the tarot so I can get a more clear vision of what's going on here. Y'all, these cards have been through the mud with me. These the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. These are one of my favorite decks. I also have the other ones, but they're in my car. I always carry a deck with me in my car. Let me see. Make this message more clear for the collective and me of what's going on in this spread. Also, I see maybe this is another message. It's no money is out here, but people are maybe trying to get some money. It's like an inheritance maybe. And everything is, that's why this boiling point is out here, because it's reaching a boiling point, because the final verdict is about to be out about who gets the inheritance. Yeah, because the court date and the boiling point. And somebody has the audacity to try to come back around when they haven't been around to help with anything. Like I said, the ants and the grasshoppers, they wanted to go out there and receive immediate gratification rather than taking their time and actually taking care of, or tending to the garden of whatever this inheritance is. Like, let's say you have, for instance, it's just an example, you have been taking care of a parent, and you know, once this parent fell ill, you've been taking care of this parent, and it was a sibling that did not want to do that because they didn't have the patience. They just wanted to kind of spend the money and do what they wanted to, whereas you've been taking care of the parent, and the parent literally leaves you with an inheritance, but the sibling wants to take you to court for that inheritance, even though it's not theirs. Like, they didn't do the work to, you know, they didn't want to take care of the parent. They didn't want to help out the parent. You didn't do it for the inheritance, right? That's why this chasing clout is at the bottom of the deck. You didn't do it for the inheritance. You did it to take care of this parent. This is where the heartbreak comes in, because when that parent passes on, I'm sorry. If this story is yours, my condolences. My condolences, serious. Like, this is really heartfelt. My condolences, y'all. When that parent passed on, they left it to you. They left that inheritance to you. Yeah. Okay. Spirit, let's get into this spread. Heartbreak. Illusions. Ten of Cups. Status symbol within. These cards be on point, y'all. Tell you. Audacity. Court date. Look, that's crazy. You see how these cards are on point? Boiling point. This is crazy, y'all. I don't. Okay. I'm not laughing at this. At the bottom of the deck, chasing clout, but walking away. So the Ten of Cups is the image of a happy family, whereas the Seven of Cups is the illusion of choices and an illusion, right? So it's heartbreaking. It's like something that an illusion of choices that you thought was there. It actually broke your heart because you realized that it was not real. It was not something that was planted in real soil, which is why heartbreak is here. Then the Ten of Cups is on top of the family feud, which means this happiness that you thought was really here, it was an illusion of happiness. It wasn't real, and it was just a facade, right? Which is why family feud is out here too, because this is what you thought it was, the Ten of Cups, but what it really was this is what was happening behind the surface, behind closed doors. It was something really hard happening, and I'm going to clarify this even more. With the Emperor being a status symbol, the Emperor represents like structure, right? Structure, stability, and it's a status symbol. This is what it looked like on the surface. It looked like structure. It looked like stability, when really it was just a symbol. It was just a facade, because that's where these two come in at. It's telling you that. The audacity with the star, right? You got the audacity to try. Someone has the audacity to try to act like something was wrong, when the star is about hoping and healing. Excuse me. That something was right when the star is about hoping and healing. You know, they acted like it was their rights, right? That's what it says. Boundaries were crossed, and the worst part, they act like it was their right. Now you have to. Now that it sends you into this healing spirit with the star, right? Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to read a little more, but I'm picking up something, and I don't want to say it until I get clarity. Then we got the justice card here, so it's something that y'all have to go to court for. Yeah, because with the tower right after this is a real deal court thing. This is a real deal battle of something. It's a battle. It's because it reached a boiling point, so it had to go to court. I want to pull more. Can we get, what is an illusion? What was this illusion? Ten of Cups. Someone was emotionally manipulating something. And it left you heartbroken. Very much so. Left you sad. Wishing the things that could have been different. I don't want to say anything, but this is a trigger warning. Someone found out about someone being registered, in a sense, or this person is about to be registered, and SO, right? Registered SO. So if you get what I'm saying, this is meant for you. This is a trigger one. I'm so sorry to hear that. You know, there are ways that you can seek support, but if you need it, if you're ready for it, this message is for you. This person came in very slowly, slow, methodical, and it happened over time. You were in this energy of being abundant, being very self-sufficient and self-reliant, and this person came in as a person that can actually bring you structure, that can actually help build your garden, but you left off as a victim, in a sense. Oh my gosh. Okay. You left out as a victim, okay? And you had to move forward. You had to move on. It's almost like you probably had to kind of possibly relocate, completely jump, right? After this, it was almost like putting yourself in protection, right? Because maybe you were in a long-term, yeah, I believe you were in a long-term relationship with this person. You may have saw something that made you, that kind of snapped you out of it and made you realize what was really going on, that it wasn't healthy. It was toxic. It was burdensome. This was emotional manipulation. It was a burdensome emotional manipulation on someone who is actually very self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-motivated. But you weren't in that energy when you were dealing with this. you were very scorned, hurt, heartbroken, bogged down, right? But there were always these not broken promises so much as, well, no, it wasn't promises that were happening, right? So it is broken promises, but the word I'm looking for is more so false promises that were coming in very, very slow, right? Because nothing was happening. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving. Nothing was happening, and something literally came in and showed you that this was not real. This is a lie. I thought I was gonna get this. I thought we were gonna do this, but the whole time you realized you were in a in a emotionally draining. I'm gonna use that word right now, emotionally, because for YouTube purposes, emotionally draining situation. Yeah, this is clarity coming in. It's also excuse me, it's also saying that you are it was a vampire, energy vampire, using it, what is it? Using intimacy, let me say that, intimacy to drain your well, literally. If you look at the card, this is draining, right? It's draining from this self-sufficient person, using intimacy to drain your well. Yep. And now it's triggering, spirit is literally stepping in in your favor. It's triggering a cycle. Yeah, look, this is where you're going to end up. You're emotionally waking up to this fake emotional facade, right? Spirit is literally putting you in a state of resting, or forcing you in a state of ending something. Hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna get this card off the floor. Yeah, so the card that fell on the floor was literally the Eight of Swords in reverse. Literally, spirit is pulling that mental burden off of you, pulling that mental paralysis, where you feel like you're stuck and you can't do anything, because spirit is telling you that you got the power to do it. This person that was using your light to shine, like they were using you being down as a way to get them status, in a sense. So have you ever, it's like, I'm sorry, trigger warning if this message is a trigger for you, I'm letting you know now. But have you ever seen, like, if you look at it from this perspective, right? I am showing the world that I have this person chained to me. So now the world will see I don't play that. So they were using you and your emotions in the way they manipulated the situation for you, to make them appear like the bigger person, or the bigger person on top, right? When actually all that was an illusion, because the truth of the matter is that you were the person that was the winner all along. That's why they needed to use you to make them look like they were something that they weren't, chasing clout. All right. What do you have coming in? What? Judgment. So there's going to be a judgment call made on this situation that's going to be something to where spirit is going to move you to another situation, or to move you out the way, because spirit needs you to look ahead. Do not look back at this situation. Look ahead. Dream bigger, right? Yeah, dream bigger. Spirit needs you to look beyond and see your true potential, see your ability to grow, create, nurture things, because this person, you got to move out the way. This person is about to receive karma. This person is about to receive karma, because everything is balancing now. We got the Judgment, the Justice, and the Temperance card out here. Everything is about to balance out. Spirit is coming in to balance the scales for you. Yeah, get your rest. beautiful. Get your rest, handsome, because everything is about to work out for you. Yeah, you're about to get your fire back. You got to, this action is something you got to take. You got to take this action fast, because something very clear is about to come in. Clear communication, clear, precise. It's gonna be undeniable what was going on. That's why you had to move out the way, because you do not need to be associated with this energy that was happening back here. Okay, so Spirit is asking you to, I don't know, use the justice system to get out of the way. However you got to do it, do it. The Spirit needs to get to whatever this is, but they're protecting you currently. But as long as you're there, they won't receive the karma that's coming their way. And the wheel is not out here, but they won't receive that karma that's in their way. But I feel, yeah, you're walking away though. But I feel as though you are kind of, either you have moved away already. Yeah, you have moved away with the Eight of Cups out here. Yeah, you have left the situation already, but you are healing from this. I guess I had to more so tell you the story so that you can see that someone sees you. Someone knows what you've been through. Somebody has suffered the same thing that you have been through, you know. Someone has, you're not alone, okay? You're not alone, and I see you. I see you, okay? All right. I hope this message finds you well. If you need a personal reading, please look in my description box, send me an email, say, hey, I would like a personal reading, and I will get you that personal reading pronto, you know. I love you so much. Until next time, be well, be healed, be loved. Peace.